Hey, I am actually driving to our event in Kansas City. It's Thursday afternoon. I've got a 13-hour drive. I'm about halfway, but I was able to get here on a Zoom with Gavin Aley. He is the global head of marketing, and he's over on the other side of the pond, but I'll let him introduce himself. I just wanted him to be able to speak to our team of leaders here. So take it away, Gavin.
Thanks very much, David, and good afternoon. Well, I don't know what time it will be when they're seeing this recording, David, but I broke off my afternoon tea and cucumber sandwiches. It is 12 minutes past 4, and as every American knows, we have tea, the afternoon tea at 4 here. So does the Queen. But it's an absolute pleasure to be on this call. David and I have literally spent a few minutes having a chat with each other, getting to know each other. And all I can say, guys, if you're in this room and you're watching this, you've got a great leader. You've got someone that thinks about you, someone that's putting you guys first, and he's setting you up to succeed. And not only is he thinking outside the box, even by doing this sort of crazy thing like driving and talking to me at the same time, probably because you couldn't find any decent music on the radio. That's what I think. You know, this is sort of creativity and this sort of entrepreneurship is something you can learn from. And of course, you've got someone who's got proven business models as well. And so in terms of your leaders and your leadership and the fact that you've come together for this weekend, that tells me straight away, without even seeing any of you in that room, that you're a very committed bunch of individuals. And that is almost your single biggest ingredient, because if you've got a positive mindset, you've got a can-do attitude, if you're happy when everyone else is saying, but you say, no problem, no problem, no problem. For every barrier that you'll ever face on anything that you ever face, you're going to go very far with Healy World, and you're going to make a lot of people have amazing life-changing experiences. And those life-changing experiences are not just about benefiting from using and interacting with a Healy itself, but we're talking about helping people live more satisfying lives. We're talking about building your friends and friendships and communities. And I've been in this industry now, I'm coming up for 14 years. Actually, June 2nd, 2008 was when I first started in this industry. And I started off with a very big business, and I was very blessed and very fortunate to learn a lot of great things over my first 8 years. And all I did was learn from the leaders. I was very teachable. It didn't matter that I was a corporate side of the business. You've got to be teachable. Okay, guys, always be open-minded to everything. I mean, I'm going to be preaching to the converted here because all of you are already in this meeting, but keeping an open mind, listening to someone else and learning what made them successful and then duplicating it is one of the simplest things you can do in our industry. It really is very, very, very easy from that perspective. You don't have to overcomplicate things. If you're part of this organization and this group is following something that works, keep it going. Okay. I have seen people, they followed the same way of working for many years with a lot of success. And then I run into those people a few months later and they've had not a good business performance. What happened, guys? What's happened to your fortunes, or what's happened? Oh, we changed our model. Why? Oh, because we were bored. Don't be bored, okay? Never get bored. If it works for you, stick to it. This is one of my top tips, really. If you, you guys as an audience, you're all people with full-time income potential here, as David has identified you. Hence, you guys have been invited to these meetings. So think about this. It might be boring for you after 5 years, but that's what has got you to where you're going to be after 5 years. And the worst thing you can do is completely remodel yourself and change to something that you're not familiar with, because you know what? All of your groups and all of the people you're brought in over that previous 5 years will get as confused as you. And so if you look at the multiplier effect, it might be boring to you, but there could be another person that comes into your business just around the corner and it's not boring or new or old to them. It's brand new. And you need to be able to teach and love and share your learnings and your trainings and network all those people in to succeed like you. You need to have that same enthusiasm and energy with your 100th new member as you would have done with your first new member. Only you should be able to do it 100 times better by then. So be teachable, be trainable, keep an open mind. Would you like me to continue, David?
Yeah, I'd like you to tell us why is Healy such a great company and to be part of at this time right now.
You guys, we're at the beginning of the beginning of the beginning with Healy. Marcus, incredibly visionary, founder of the business, along with Christian Halper. Marcus had a journey to get him to the point in time where he made a leap from the time waver technology that we know about, and he managed to take something that was produced for specialists and for a very elite group of therapists. He managed to convert it into something that you're wearing right now on your neck, David, and that can be taken to millions of people, if not billions of people around the globe. The potential for this product is amazing. The science behind the product is unique. There is nobody else out there. People will say, oh, I can compare this to that and that to the other. No, you can't. There is nothing that's going to compare to the whole experience you have when you use that Healy, when you discover the right frequencies for you and you use the programs that are always being modified, always being fine-tuned, always being developed. It's a never-ending journey. So the other thing is the branch of science that this all comes from is very new. It's very old. And then it got forgotten about and was behind the scenes. And then in the last 15, 20 years, it's become a real hot potato and a really interesting subject indeed. And you're going to get lots and lots of people are going to start, as soon as they see what Healy is doing, there's going to be some other companies that will say, oh, we want some of this. We're going to do this. But they won't have the same vision. They'll only have been Me Too's, and they won't be very good Me Too's even at that stage. And we're first in the market. It's a unique product, really. It's a unique product with its uses. You know, we have the Healy Animal, and I know that other things Marcus is working on where you can use frequencies to achieve all sorts of amazing things. And Marcus has given trainings before where he's even shown you how to use your Healy with water. You put it on a certain way with the bottom of the bottle and run frequencies through it, and it will give the water a different profile. So for me, as a commercial person, why did I join? Because I absolutely fundamentally believed in the product and the founder. And when you have a belief in the product and in the founder, everything else is really easy because you can see where you are, you can accept where you are at the beginning of the journey, but you also have a very clear vision of where you're going to go. And I know where this business is going to go. If you think this is big now, if any of you think that you're doing super and you've hit the top of the tree, I remember I worked with people that had been in business for 25 years when I joined a company. And those guys had an incredible lifestyle. Why? In part because they never quit. They kept talking to people. They kept promoting the products that they were selling in the direct selling channel. They kept on belief, and that belief grew and grew and grew each year. And more people that they met brought them more success. So another little tip from the side, we've got a brilliant company. We're a brand new business. We're 2 years old. We're in startup mode still. We move quickly. We adjust quickly. We adapt quickly. And really, even things like the compensation plan now, the vision and the mission and the values of Healy World that you'll be hearing a lot more about in the future as well. These are all great things that set great companies apart from the also-rans. So you picked a great business to join right now. I really believe that, David.
Great. Yeah, I've been studying the compensation plan a lot, and I'm going to be doing a training on that. And I do really like where it's heading. And we're in this transition, so we need to figure out how to sell the Healy under the new business model, and we are figuring that out. Things are starting to come together. But I think long term, that's going to be really key. That even some of us here in this room have had great incomes already with Healy. It's only going to get better in the long term. I mean, there might be a little bit of a dip while we're figuring it out, but I am excited about where it's all heading. And I'm assuming I've heard like Luciano speak and even Christian Dorner and talking about how Healy not only is going to be the next billion-dollar network marketing company, but probably a multi-billion-dollar company. And I'm sure where you're over there on that side and probably go to Germany once in a while and meet with those people. I'm assuming you have a lot of confidence in that this is around for the long term, and this could be our last company we ever deal with, right?
I have got a very good CV, a resume. as you would call it. Now someone is calling me in the middle of these things, and I can't hang up on them here, so I'm going to have to do this. And this is multitasking. This is Stefan Richter, by the way, that's on the call. Stefan, I'm in the middle of a live Zoom call recording that's going to be played to some American leaders. Can I call you back as soon as I finish, please? Thank you very much, sir. I'll call you back as soon as I'm done. Thanks. So Stefan Richter, funnily enough, you talk about the great plans and the changes. He's the architect. Him and Frank Dyler are the architects. And this is a multi-billion dollar business turnover in the future, because we're only just starting to look at all the different applications and the uses of the frequencies and the technologies that we've got. And Marcus has a pipeline, he has a stream of products as well that are still being developed. So, you know, it's incredible what's coming up. You know, we've got this amazing thing. It started with the Healy, then we had the Healy Animal, then we've launched the Healy Coil. And then in the meantime, we've got all of these different apps and these different bundles and these different ways that you can now buy the Healy. And it's like any business. When you change the business model, you're going to have a small hiccup. It's like, oh, that's a bit new. I need to be familiar with this. And actually changing it at this point in the year now, if you think about it, a lot of you guys are on vacation right now. A lot of people take the school vacations to, you know, spend time with their families and see their kids, travel, etc., etc. But I think, you know, it's going to be a short-term blip. The momentum is already picking back up, as we're seeing in the sales numbers each day. We get to see those. And I think by the end of August, everything should be back up to normal, and we'll be really actually kicking on and bringing even more new people in. Because with each new person that comes into the business, they only know one way of working the business. And that is the, you know, that's the disadvantage you guys have, because you've learnt one system, you become familiar with one system, and all of a sudden, let's change it. But I can tell you, this compensation plan has something in it for everybody, and it rewards hard work. And that is what a perfect compensation plan should offer. And we've had it developed by the industry best. We really have.
Awesome. That's wonderful. So, yeah, I can't really think of anything else to pick your brain about unless you have something, some inside information. Is there any? I know there's certain things, if you told us you'd have to kill us, but is there like any little thing that we could know?
Well, look, I mean, it's not going to be a secret, but we are working. We chose to delay the launch of the full Healy Academy, which you can see on my screen up there, because that's how I started. I started in the business with the Academy, so it's going to have a special place in my heart. But I was talking with Marcus and Christian yesterday. We were talking about the Academy and how it's going to look and how it's going to feel. And believe me, the Academy is going to be world-class training for all of your new starters. And by the way, world-class training for all of you as well, because you never stop learning in this business. You're always learning something new every day. You learn a new way to answer a question. You learn a new way to cover a problem. You meet new contacts. They ask you different things. And you learn and learn and learn. This truly is an industry where you learn something new every single day. And you'll never master it all, by the way. Even if you've been in the business 50 years, you will never master all of it, because there will always be something new that comes out and something else that comes to test you and teach you. But the Academy is going to be a much bigger part of our way of life. It's going to deliver a lot of the vision and the mission and the values of the business, a lot of community. Marcus has some fantastic ideas as well that I really can't tell you about. But he, myself, and Christian were on a call yesterday, and it was supposed to be just on Academy. And then we started talking about some of the other things and the futures, and how do we take this product and how do we make more people aware of what this product can actually do. So believe me, there's a lot of excitement in those calls. I was very blessed, actually, David, was finally allowed to travel to Germany without having to quarantine. So I had the pleasure of going to Berlin for the first time in my 8 months in the business. At last, I met some of my team, but I had a whole day of driving over to see Marcus, and had the pleasure of going to his home, had a little tour, saw everything. Then he took me to Krenzlin, which is where, you know, the spiritual home of the Healy. He showed me around, and it was an amazing place. Number one, worth a visit, and hopefully in future, all of you should try and get yourselves there, because it will complete the story for you. Marcus has a lot of themes that run through his life, and I can understand. And I really got such a good understanding because he spoke with such passion about his subjects, and his subjects range from spirituality, chess, music, even karaoke, through to the more advanced physics that we know him for as well. So you see all these different things all fell into place at the right time for Marcus to create Time Waver and then follow it with the Healy. So just, and the other thing, the academy is very close to his heart. He loves training people. He loves watching people develop and grow, and really wants to bring that technology to more people. And I tell you, the New Look Academy, you'll be able to follow it, every one of you, from when it comes out, run it, run with it, and recommend it to everybody if you want to get ahead even faster.
Great. Yeah, I've been telling everyone for a year, there's a lot of people saying, well, I'm going to wait until Healy, has everything working better before I talk to people about it. And I'm like, why would you wait? Why not build a group of 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 in your downline? And then when everything's working great, you have 3,000 people working for you instead of yourself. And so that's been my attitude, and it's been very not only profitable for me, but a lot of fun. I know we are dealing with, hiccups and the issues and having to help customers with things that hopefully down the road we won't have to do. But man, I'd sure like to have that big, huge group of people now than wait and start a year from now.
It's your market and the slingshot of sales that it produced last year that caused the headaches, and they're great headaches to have. But we had to fix them last year. I mean, I came in towards the end of the fixes being implemented, and if you look at the business now, it's a very different place to where it was a year ago. And now we're doing the fine tuning. Now we're still trying to do improvements, and we will always be improving. Whatever version of Healy you join on whatever day, it will still get better and better and better. And we're going to be able to bring more events. We're going to be able to bring out more new innovative thinking, more training, more support, more materials. And all I can say is watch this space. The speed at which we're moving is now, the company has caught up with you guys as the leaders, and now we're going to ready to run alongside you, and we're going to give you all the tools that you need on your marathon journey to really achieving the goals and the dreams and the objectives that you wish to, on a personal level and on a professional level.
Awesome. That's great. I really thank you for speaking to our group. And we're going to have a great training event. And yeah, I'd love to keep in touch with you, Gavin, and just let you know how it's going with my team.
Fantastic. Wishing you all every success, everybody. And please, keep in touch, David. Let me know how the group performs, because it would be really interesting to see what your group does from this weekend. Make sure you take a snapshot, a good group photo, because in a few months, in a few years' time, get that photo again and just look at how the badges will grow, the pins will grow, and how everyone will have grown. Really, that's the most exciting thing. And then I'll come on and do another one of these for you. But by then I'll come out and see you face to face.
That sounds great. Thanks, Gavin.
Take care.